YouTube, what's good with y'all, man? It's your boy GoMill. I'm back with another video. The year of 2023 taught me a lot of things. If I had to pick one exact word that 2023 taught me, it's probably consistency. As consistency is something that we all need in ourselves. No matter what we're doing, no matter what profession you're doing, what any hustle you got going on, we all need consistency. We can't ever half-ass what we do and just expect results and success right then. No. Consistency is something we all need to work on and something that we need to keep strong. And without consistency and you guys to support me, I wouldn't be at the position that I'm at right now. And so I want to thank all of you guys for supporting me and truly showing love. I'm going to make sure that 2024 is a million times better. But yeah, let's get into the last video of the year. Now, I mentioned a couple videos back that I was going to share my Apple Music replay with y'all, as I hadn't shown it when it first came out. I'm not going to show my replay right now. I'll wait till the end of the video so I don't give anybody any spoilers. Now, before we get into the top 10, I have some honorable mentions and some EPs to shout out. There were two EPs that really stood out to me this year, one of them being Morgan by Jace, which was a nice 11-song alternative rock EP, only 21 minutes. And it pretty much just showcases Jay's just showing off his versatility, giving us a minute to a minute 30 short and sweet bangers about lust, women, and drugs. The second EP I want to give a shout out to, and which I think is my favorite EP this year, is the Go EP by Sofego. Now, I think Sofego won a lot of people over back with this EP. He kind of essentially returns to his roots a little bit, all while experimenting with some new production from the likes of Benny X. Fego just kind of kept it more simple here instead of the mainstream sound that he was pushing with Pink Hearts, and it ended up getting good reception. As for the honorable mentions, I have two albums that I want to give a shout out to, one of them being Visa's Ganger. Really solid work from the Detroit rapper. Good solid bangers left and right on this project, great one-liners and punchlines that V's carries from now and then, and overall just laid back, confident piece of work. The second honorable mention that I want to give a shout out to is the Love Letter to You 5 by Trippie Redd, in which I feel like a Love Letter to You 5 didn't really get the recognition that it deserved. And it's not even because the project was lackluster. I think the project was really good, but I think it just all came to a matter of promotion, as his team didn't really do the best job of getting that album out and making sure that people knew about it. And as of right now, it looks like Trippie is just rushing out music. He just announced Life's a Trip 2, and all these sequences to these previous albums, it's just really a hook to try and get certain fans back into the mix, as Trippie's always been kind of up and down and rocky when it comes to his projects. But I'll be honest, he hasn't really lost a step if we're being real. He just has to find a way of grabbing the main audience's attention, because he doesn't have their attention right now. Now, time to get into my top 10 albums of the year. Coming in at the number 10 spot, we have sort of an introduction by a very new face in the underground, and that is the project Safe Travels by Until Japan. I'll say this, I think Until Japan has the most potential as an artist in the entire underground. Most projects in the underground aren't known to be conceptual or have deep meaning behind them, but Japan really reels you in with this kind of Lucky and Wayne inspired sound. In this project, Japan mourns about the passing of his brother and talks about the issues that he's had with women. And while only being 14 songs, I feel like this is a pretty perfect length. And the samples on this thing, they click together like puzzle pieces. Definitely has a lot of potential. I'm excited to see what Japan has for us in the future. At the number 9 spot, we have another underground artist who's had a great 2023. And that is Hard Rock with this project One of One. Like the title of the project, Hard Rock really centers himself in as a face that sticks out in the underground. Hard Rock really gives me the vibe of like a YSL artist mixed with a little bit of Uno the Activist. And while Hard Rock's song mixing isn't the best, he kind of makes up for it and kind of blends it in with his kind of scuffed preset. And all throughout this project, you can kind of hear his drive and his determination to make it out and get rich. His cadence is definitely something that's going to take him far. At the number 8 spot, I have For All the Dogs by Drake. Now, listen, I caught a little bit of heat for saying this. This might be the best Drake album I've heard in about 8 years. But truly, I think it's been a long time since Drake has ever gave a about his music. But hearing For All the Dogs, I kind of felt some drive there, some passion. Finally, some hunger, in which I wasn't getting that the past like 6 or 7, 8 years from Drake. And Drake would kind of sprinkle those little moments where he has passion in his songs. Songs like Middle of the Ocean, Survival, and Laugh Now, Cry Later. But I feel like with this project, we were finally steering back into the right direction. The R&B cuts on this thing are amazing. He's got moments on here where he does not let his foot off the gas. On songs like First Person Shooter and 8 AM in Charlotte. The song I probably come back to the most is Tried Our Best, in which I really just love a good piano sound. The background vocals really bring it in every single time I listen to it. I just feel like this was a really good effort by Drake after years of just getting subpar. Coming in at the number 7 spot, I have Michael by Killer Mike, one half of Run the Jewels. Michael is a super southern, heavy gospel sampled 14-song book to open. This project mainly focuses on the racial and economic problems of the world, where Killer Mike is pretty much just speaking from the POV of your average black man in America. For all my pro-black people out there who are raised in a church, this one is for you. Coming in at the number 6 spot, I have Golden Child Chapter 3 by Autumn, another artist who's had a great 2023. Autumn has been killing it this year. Ever since he's kind of gotten free from his label Victor, it just seems like Autumn hasn't missed since then. Golden Child Chapter 3 is a lengthy project with 24 songs, but Autumn kind of keeps you entertained with the many styles that he can go through and the glorious transitions between songs. My favorite song from this is probably Toothache and Gaslighting. And the thing about Autumn is not even the fact that he can really sing, it's just the fact that he can hold a note good enough and he knows how to throw in those background vocals at the perfect time. Great album from him. We are now going into the top 5 and things are about to get controversial. Sliding right in the top 5 at the number 5 position, I got A Gift and a Curse by Gunna. And if anybody knows me personally, I'm a big Gunna fan. So it kind of pains me to put him this low. Gunna had an amazing year, pushing out an album as soon as he got out of jail with no promotion, selling around 80,000 first week, which is double his boss sold first week. A lot of people in the industry turned their back against Gunna, but he didn't really let it faze him as he went in 15 songs raw with no features, basically telling these rap niggas that he doesn't need them and that niggas ain't gonna touch him. I wouldn't say it's Gunna's best project up to date, but definitely top 3. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have A Great Chaos by King Carson. King Carson has fully ascended into the mainstream with selling 50,000 first week with this album. Please stop calling him underground. He's selling more than mainstream artists. A Great Chaos kind of hits different because Ken finally put some emotion into his songs here. Songs like Green Room and Vampire Hour, you can kind of feel Ken's energy right here and feel his emotion. The production on this thing front to back is crazy. Ken's energy was definitely better on this project and his flow was infectious as always. My favorite song on this thing is probably Pots, as this beat kind of gives me that hyperpop feel, super glitchy, and it just feels kind of evil at the same time. Definitely one of my biggest go-tos this year. We begin to go down to the top 3. We're gonna now slow things down a bit. Coming in at the number 3 spot, this one was tough to make. It's a really tough decision for me. But number 3, I'm gonna go Let's Start Here by Lil Yachty. Now, despite Yachty doing all this blabbering about hip-hop and him trying to be the spokesperson, when he hasn't really done anything for hip-hop since his debut tape, he can kind of talk his shit a little bit when he gave us this beautiful project in the beginning of the year. Let's Start Here is a 14-song alternative project, heavily inspired by Pink Floyd and inflections of Tame Impala. This album is really a beauty, as Yachty kind of takes us on this psychedelic ride and doesn't really leave us to be bored in that much of the album. The singing performances from the likes of Diana Gordon and Tizo Touchdown were amazing, as Diana is on this album a lot and compliments Yachty really well. This album is just overall feel good. Whenever I go to it, I have to listen to all the songs. I can't just pick one song. At the number 2 spot, I have Pink Tape by Uzi. Now this may come as a shock to all people, and this is not a bad thing. This album is great. I think this album is really good front to back. But I know Uzi's done better, and there have been artists that have done better than him this year. Like what I said about GC3, Pink Tape really just kind of covers all sounds and styles of Uzi and packs it into one project. People give this album a lot of hate because of like the order it goes in, or Uzi just trying different shit on this album, but I really didn't have a problem with either of those things. So yeah, I think it's just another great hit by Uzi. Now, on to the number 1 spot. I don't know if any of you guys remember from last year, but last year I made you guys pick with 3 options on what my album of the year was. This year I'm giving you guys 4 options. A, Tech by Lil Tecca. B, How Do You Sleep at Night by Tizo Touchdown. C, Cage by Candy Paint. Or D, Heaven Knows by Pink Pantheress. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a moment to try and pick. Make the right decision. Alright, if you chose B, How Do You Sleep at Night by Tizo Touchdown, you are correct. How Do You Sleep at Night is essentially a compilation of Tizo combining all 3 styles of R&B, alternative, and rap all into one. Throughout this project, he details his life of being introverted, him feeling like he discovers love, and living in a terrible neighborhood with a shitty living situation. And I think Tizo's quirkiness and weirdness kind of plays well into this project. It kind of creates for fun, consistent bangers. Other than the song Daddy Mama Drama, I think I'm in love pretty much with every song on this album. So yeah, there you have it. How Do You Sleep at Night? Tizo Touchdown, my album of the year. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Let me know what you picked out of all the A, B, C, and D choices. And let me know if you guessed right. But yeah, we're about to go into 2024 even harder. Our next milestone is 10K subscribers. So yeah, let's see what we can do. But yeah, I love each and every one of you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, click that post noti bell. And yeah, let's start the new year off fresh. But yeah, it's your boy Go Mill. We out.